Welcome back to Instables, everyone. So I'm going to go through you guys in the S&P 500 again. Powell spoke today. Not much to add. Overall, as you guys can see, we are consolidating within, again, lows of the year, and our gap down level here that we mentioned, again, our 370 level that we mentioned, our last level that we mentioned before we do test 360. We have now tested 360, and we are covering our prior day with the full body of our candle. Our question is, are we going to continue on lower here? I'm going to go over exactly what we're looking for here. Now, before I jump into this, if you guys can do me a huge favor, smash that like button if you find this video useful at all. Hit subscribe if you want to see my daily game plan on the SPY every single day that I mentioned throughout the week. And if you guys are day traders or you are looking for very volatile breakouts that I mentioned in the Instables room, for example, if you guys did not see ATXI today, again, we mentioned them in pre-market, mentioned that where we're looking for momentum. As you guys can see, we did continue on higher out the gate. We had a major spike and we did continue on higher. And then we did mention very high risk at this point in time. Again, these are the type of very volatile breakouts that we mentioned in the Instables room. Go to instables.com in the description below and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the SPY, again, just to recap on everything that has been happening in the last few weeks. Again, we did have CPI, we did have a gap down. As we did have CPI, again, we had anticipation on that possible decrease in CPI, that large decrease. However, as you guys can see, we did have to take back that anticipation, and we did have, again, that CPI that was above expectation. And as you guys can see, we did get that pullback and continuation on lower as Powell was speaking at the FOMC, mentioning that we have restrictive policy to come. As you guys can see on the hourly chart, we do have a bear flag that is being formed. We are wondering if we are going to respect this bear flag, possibly continue on lower, or are we going to continue on higher here and possibly break above our 20-day moving average and start to respect it going into pre-market. We will watch pre-market. This is going to be very key because if we do break below this bear flag into pre-market, we could possibly sell off going into pre-market tomorrow. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Watching on the hourly chart is going to be very key. Now back to the daily chart again, tracking our strength again here on our MACD. As you guys can see, we have been looking for a decrease in sell pressure. We continue to get increases in sell pressure with our solid red bars. We are looking for that decrease in sell pressure with these white shaded lines coming in. We want a continuation on that decrease in sell pressure to show that we are starting to shift in momentum. Again, that is our early signal for that possible confirmation on our pivot with our 26 EMA curling up and then our 12 EMA crossing above it. That would be our confirmation on that pivot here for that possible strong bounce that we would be looking for. And then for that confirmation, we want to break above the median of our MACD to make sure we are getting confirmation on a continuation here. Again, that is exactly what happened on the largest rally that we had of the year. And we also did mention this extremely early here on the channel. We mentioned that we were crossing here. We mentioned our decrease in sell pressure before we did cross. Again, that early signal on that pivot that we had. And then we had the largest rally of the year. So just staying patient, looking for that momentum as far as playing to the upside. Now, as far as to the downside, again, we have our key level here at 360. We are looking to see if we're going to continue on lower with pressure. At this point, we are filling, again, our prior day with our full body of the candle. So technically that is an engulfing candle to the downside. Again, if we do not break above 370, again, this is the key point that we've been mentioning. Again, we got rejected on Friday, we got rejected yesterday, and we got rejected today exactly at 370, and we mentioned it multiple times in the Instables room. Now, if we do continue on lower, we have 3 levels that we're going to be looking for a bullish setup from, and if we do not get that bullish setup, we will know exactly what's going to happen here on the channel every single day, of course. As you guys can see, we have 3 levels, one here at 340 that we did respect, very strong here. As you guys can see, we could not break the body above this level here that we did try to break above, and then our second level that we have here is at 320. Again, those are pre-pandemic levels before we did continue on higher, and for the reason of the first 2 levels is our third and most important indicator, and our last level that we're looking for here is touching our 200 weekly day moving average. If we do get a bullish setup, possibly just bouncing straight off of our 200 day moving average, and we do not even test 340, or we come down, we test 340, maybe possibly get a large hammer candle coming out just below our 200 day moving average and possibly get a bounce on our 340 level, then that is a possibility. Again, there's a lot of possibilities that happen around this 340, 200 weekly day moving average. So again, we are going to keep this on watch. Our weekly chart, very key here. And then lastly, we need to look at the dollar, very key, the DXY or the UUP. Again, we mentioned yesterday that we were testing the upper end of a channel that we could get a rejection from. As you guys can see, we did not get that rejection. We are breaking above it. So in my opinion, if we're looking for that rejection to the upside, again, even if we continue to gap up here, we are looking for that possible rejection. In my opinion, we would be looking for our EMA lines to cross down here. Our 12 dropping below our 26 would be a very key point for the S&P to possibly have a major bounce. We will keep that on watch. Again, keep these on watch. Again, this is a key indicator for that possible bounce here on the SPY, and that's what we would be looking for. And when that does happen, we will have more momentum in the market and we will stay focused on these levels. Now, again, with that said, I know the market can be pretty discouraging. I know the market can be very slow. Again, if you're looking for very volatile breakouts, we mentioned pre-market news about 2.5 hours before market open every single day. Go to instables.com in the description below. and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you instables that come over every single day and support the channel, truly I appreciate everybody that has been. You guys have been a blessing to me, and I hope I have been a blessing to you. We're going to continue to go at it, stay patient, take what the market gives us. Again, if we do continue on lower, letting the discounts come to us. If we do have a bounce, again, we know what kind of momentum we do get in the instables room. And again, when we do get that bullish momentum, when the market does bounce back, I don't know how long you have been in the instables room, but things get crazy in there. So again, it's just staying focused on these levels, letting the plays come to us. If we need to stay patient, then we will take what the market gives us. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.